Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was the hype man for OPP. Or no, not OPP. Public Enemy.
You know OPP.
Yeah, You know what I do know, Brennan? The beginning of this podcast. Welcome, everybody, to the third episode of the Dirty Water Gamescast. For myself, my name is Brian Thomas. I am your host, alongside politician Brennan Cox.
Yo.
Beacon of Light, Anthony Salvatore.
What's going on?
And God Mike back there, Steven Sell.
Hello.
And yeah, I'm just kind of switching it up, I'm trying to felt things around, Anthony, if you understand what I'm saying. And we are Dirty Water Games, and this is the Dirty Water Games cast for the week of February 11th. Thank you, Steve. God Mike back there. Brendan, how's your week, man? How have you been? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a little while.
I've been good. Good. I have big news.
Do you avoid him at work? Is that what happens?
We're on different. We're on different floors now.
So do you guys have to secretly meet up?
No, I just walked down to his cube.
No, yeah, he slides down the Stegosaurus right into my my rock.
He can do whatever he wants, right? It's like you couldn't
kinda.
go. You can't go upstairs. I'm assuming.
No, he
Well, I
can.
gotta ask my boss for the password to undo my my chain.
shackles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beep boop boop.
Okay, yeah.
It's a very futuristic chain instead of just a key.
I'm
been good,
eye
just-
contact and handprint. I got you.
I mean, I've been working. I've been just working and doing stuff.
Is that the big news?
Yeah, what's the big news?
Well, I don't know if you want me telling you a thumb.
Well, I mean,
I
if
finished.
You can.
I finished something that I've been wanting to finish for a long time. That you guys both finished, and then Brian was on me,
This
just
week?
riding me to
Was
finish this.
This was last
Right,
week.
I'll give you a hint. Riding me like a horse.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So,
there's nothing
hold
else
on.
you could have finished that
Before-
he would have wanted.
Before you get,
Yeah.
before you go
we-
full blown spoilers here.
Yeah.
We're gonna put it up on screen for you. Spoiler Bros.
Well,
It's gonna be right there. I'll put it up there. Brandon, you finish Arthur's story.
yes.
You didn't finish
Yeah.
the
Oh,
epilogues.
all right.
No.
All right.
So
No,
we're
like halfway through the
But
epilogue.
you got to a really good part we all thought. We'll talk about.
yeah.
We'll talk about.
So
it.
Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah,
about-
no, just go into
no,
it.
I
Just,
mean,
just get
what
into
about
it.
Anthony's week?
We'll get to
Okay.
Anthony.
Who the fuck's hosting?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I want to know your experiences. I
I
want to
think
know.
he's more excited at this
So
point.
what,
Yeah, go on.
what happened to me when I finished Arthur's story?
Yeah.
I forgot that. some-
This is also full blown spoilers for Red Dead Redemption 2.
I think we're past. So do we have a
yeah,
little?
the
like,
thing already spotted up, right?
No, I'll take care of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Don't you worry. Post
after,
Malone
after
stuff.
a few months, it should be. We don't have.
Yeah,
to
we're
say
3.5 months.
He said that today too, and I was like, it's still a sensitive
No,
issue.
it's just it's not. It's not a hot topic anymore. But I want to know.
Because I know a bunch of people that read ahead,
Like
and I was
me,
like, why
that's
would you
what
do
I
that?
usually do.
It doesn't ruin it for you.
No, I've explained this multiple
So,
times.
It's the journey, not the destination for Anthony.
yeah.
So I didn't realize that some people have a different ending,
Yeah, there's 4 different endings you can
Correct.
get.
and a lot of people seem to get the bad ending, which it seems like the bad ending is when, so
Yeah.
you running from the army, you help John out, and you run up to the hill, and then you fight Micah, and you get into a little scrap with him.
Yeah.
That fight went on forever, by the way.
It was
Yeah, it
awesome
did.
though. You're just beating the shit out of him because he
That's what I'm
deserves
saying.
it.
He doesn't go down. I'm sitting there just fucking
Yeah, you're
hammering
just
this.
He's
slugging
a
him.
fucking rat.
Throwing
You're
him
also
up against the
you're also
rocks.
somewhat sickly at this point.
Yeah,
too,
but
so you're not-
I'm still fucking him up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get kind of like fall back, and you're crawling while Mike is slowly just meandering towards you, and you're reaching for a gun. And I guess if you do it bad, like if you're a bad person at the game, you get shot in the face,
Correct.
Let me
Bye.
just.
Micah.
Yeah. So there's
Or wait,
different endings.
does Dutch shoot you in some?
No.
Okay.
So which ending did you get?
What happens in mine is I'm reaching for the gun, and then Dutch comes and just puts his foot on my hand as I'm on the gun, right? And he
Yep.
kind of has his guns pointing at me and Micah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Micah is like, he can tell like the cavalry's coming, and he's just like, "Come on, buddy, we gotta go." I don't know why I called him buddy. I thought it was poor writing.
The one part of it.
Yeah, the one time he
Well,
called
he's
him
just like,
buddy.
"But come on, buddy." He's like, "Don't call me buddy.
Yeah,
I'll
just
go
call
with
him boss.
Yeah.
You call him boss in every
Or
other
call him
cutscene.
Dutch.
They're friends
Just
now.
whatever. So he's
You've
just
been
like,
with
"Come
him for
on, let's
years."
go." And then, Arthur's all like coughing. He's all beat up, and he's like, "Oh, I told you he's a bad person. He's a rat." And then Dutch kind of just walks away, and then Micah walks away, and I just sort of crawl to this rock, and I look out towards the horizon, and the sun rises, and then just fades to black.
So, Kai, actually, did you just ask? Did you go back to that location?
Which one?
That spot where
If
that
you
fight happened.
Go back to that fight scene, or
Not
go
yet,
back to that location.
but
So-
I hope there's just not a skeleton of
No,
just.
no,
just
go.
go and check it out.
I assumed that I was going to be able to do that, and I want to do
So
that.
you can do it with every person. And Arthur's and Miss Grimshaw, I think, have the coolest.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she does get shot.
Yeah. But
spoiler.
so the other endings, like you said, when you're up on the cliff, you get shot in the face.
Yeah.
If you go for the treasure,
Yeah.
there's no good ending.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So if you go for the treasure, the good ending, if you go for the treasure, is he gets stabbed in the back by Micah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
you
he-
fight? No.
You fight them,
yeah.
and then he stabs you in the back. And then the bad ending is you go for the treasure, you're fighting, and then Micah just blows your fucking face off. You're like, oh,
So I guess I got the good ending.
you got the good guy ending. Yeah.
And even like when you're riding to camp to finally confront Dutch and Micah. It's a great song, by the way.
Oh yes, it does that
Yeah.
cinematic view
Yeah.
the whole way back. And
But like you hear like people like, "Hey, thank you, Mister, you helped me out." Like people like you helped in the past.
Yeah.
They're like visual
Well,
cues.
Well,
whole-
he's going through everything.
Yeah.
he's
the whole
done in
thing
his
leading
life.
up, people had explained he's on the bench with the nun essentially that you help, and he's going through like he's telling everyone like I've done a lot of like
I've done
redemption.
really bad things.
Oh, well, I don't know. So when I was listening to it, and I was like, "This is different for everybody," because I was slowly realizing that.
Yeah.
I was like, "Did you just hear people just yelling, like sounds of hell just coming up?" It's like, "Oh
Probably.
my god!"
Did
Did you hear the my leg guy from SpongeBob?
I don't know, man. I'm glad. So
You got
was I right?
Did this
I think I gotta finish the epilogue to sort of like open my eyes because I think chapter 6 ended Arthur's story pretty good. I think. Yeah.
but like I
Especially
said,
with the three.
there's the moment where I don't know if you got mad, but something happens. Like spoiler alert, your horse dies.
Well, I imagine he's not gonna walk away from this. So the horse.
Well, no, but
I
he
did like
goes-
that sort of moment. It's like it's alright.
He goes,
you know?
he goes back. Like all of a sudden, it's just like nothing's happening.
Yeah,
and, like,
he's like, John, I need a fucking second
yeah.
here.
I was like, all my shit's gone.
Yep.
To be honest with you, I thought the more poignant scene was when Lenny just gets shot in the middle of a mission.
Dude, that was the worst.
And you
That
saw this,
was
the worst.
fucking awful because
Nope.
you
Nothing.
just have you
He's
can't
like,
do anything.
yeah, because we
Yeah.
have to keep going. Arthur's the only one who stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the scene where Sean,
Even Hosea gets kind of like,
Yeah.
everyone's just like, yeah, they just fucking died. That's it. Move on. When Sean gets shot, I was
Dude, that was brutal.
distraught.
but that was a brutal.
Well, yes. You're just
Him-
walking. It's
so,
like, hey, you want to go to the bar?
him-
And his head
Bam!
just
Him and
explodes.
Karen have the two worst deaths and have like
Oh,
the
yeah.
most like sympathy like things surrounding because they seek revenge on each one of those deaths.
Yeah.
Everyone else from that point on,
It's just like, oh,
nothing.
I think it was what characters I felt more
Lenny is-
closer to. But yeah, because you do a couple missions with Lenny, and it's sort of like
like you knew Charles was safe, which is awesome.
I don't.
because he left with the Indians before.
He does, but he's not in Red Dead Redemption. The first.
so what happens?
So I'm assuming everyone who's not in Red Dead Redemption is either dead.
Well, finish the game and we'll get back to that.
Yeah. Because
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
there's only
yeah.
3 people, right?
Who?
Dutch, Javier, and
No, no.
Bill.
No.
In the
Uncle.
first one.
No, the first one.
Oh, I have no.
Yeah, there's also Uncle.
Oh, I know. Fucking uncle.
Yeah.
He's just
And
uncle.
obviously John and
John and Jack and Abigail.
Abigail, yeah.
You know, but like Pearson, all those people. I thought the
well,
way
Peterson is who's the Reverend?
he's the cook. Oh,
he's
Reverend.
the Reverend.
What about him?
It doesn't matter.
He goes off. Same thing with
He runs off him and
Trelawney.
Oh, well, you
Trelawney-
didn't beat the game. So yeah, it tells you at the end. So one of them becomes the writer.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, does it? It does give you like a little like.
Yeah, it
They,
gives
each
you,
person gets a.
yeah.
their
They'll
own.
once you finish
Okay.
it, we'll continue on down that path. But how far away from Arthur's story were you? Like how much?
That,
how many
yeah.
more hours did you have to put in to see
To get
the,
that.
the end of
4.
Arthur? 4 ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that game.
It kind of happens quick, right?
Not
Because
really,
you do a
that's
mission.
long mission.
You do Rainfall. Eagle
Cuba.
Flies' mission.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was gonna say the fucking.
And then I could tell when you started taking on the army, you were just like, all right, things are gonna heat up pretty bad. You
Yeah,
know?
once I started doing the Eagle Flies and what's the other one? Heavy Rain. Once
Rainfall.
Rainfalls
yeah.
and Eagle Flies. Once I started doing that stuff, I felt like the game just overstayed its welcome. It was just like, all right,
Finish it up.
who the fuck are these characters? Why do they matter? Oh, that's right, they don't. Like,
They don't, but there was one.
it was just all filler. It was all filler.
except for the one mission where Dutch leaves Arthur to die. Was the only mission you needed from that whole thing.
Oh yeah, when he's in the factory.
Yeah.
That's all you need. You could have cut it short. You could have done anything.
You could have just, Dutch could have just said, we need money, and it's in there. And boom.
And they're correct. And then had that scene
Boom.
take place anyway.
I think
Yeah.
Dutch said that throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
You have to go to Tahiti.
Yep.
If you ever
We're
go,
going to sell coconuts.
dude, Tahiti, that was the worst fucking.
Oh, yeah, it did. It did. I think the way you described it is the best.
It overstayed its welcome. It absolutely did. There
Well,
was
no,
no
the
reason.
grandma.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That in itself was just.
That whole area,
The-
it was
one
like
of the worst.
somebody high up was like, we need this in the game. And I'm wondering if like people, and I'm not a developer, I'm just an armchair developer, but somebody had been like, is there a real reason as to why this is in here?
You would hope so. Yeah.
It has
There's-
nothing to do
yeah.
with the story except for the fact that you can now say that they lost all of the stuff that they stole.
Of
Which
that,
again,
from that mission, which would
You could have just been like, all right.
the police. You could anything could happen.
yeah,
you could
the-
make up any kind of.
Yes, you could have killed off a character that was holding the cash, and then Dutch and Arthur and somebody else gets away. Then you could have just killed somebody off or whatever.
That's one of my criticisms, though, is I feel that they could have slowly made the game smaller and smaller and smaller. You have so many people, and they integrate them very well.
Yeah.
But I feel like their stories aren't, well, obviously in the epilogue their stories finish, but I feel like more like a visual sort of thing, like with Lenny dying and Hosea dying.
Yeah, but the whole point was you knew. So from Red Dead Redemption 1, you know Dutch, Javier, and Bill.
Bill, yeah.
Can't. They're not going to be dead. And
Yeah, I
John.
know. Yeah.
So they make it. So who they kill off, and then who you have the emotional attachment to, and then what side each person kind of takes from there.
I also think that they do a great job of making you care about each individual
Yeah.
character, and I've said that before.
that teams up with Arthur, I feel though, because like
Yeah.
to me, there's no, the funniest part was like Pearson or like the other ones is like they don't not was when Sadie reads like Pearson's letter.
Oh yeah.
On that mission, you get more of a development to a character that doesn't normally go on missions with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bill goes on a few, but you don't develop any kind of like
No.
the
Yeah.
most people you take out are the ones who kind of seem to be with them at the end.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
go back to save John like twice.
Yeah, definitely,
Sadie goes on a bunch with you, and then
Yeah.
There's definitely a relationship that develops between
Charles
John and
as well.
Arthur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Charles, Lenny.
There's
like
kind of
those-
like if
like-
the camp was going to be split, you would know who would stay with Dutch and who would
Correct.
go with Arthur.
and they made that kind of clear. Like halfway through, I kind of knew who was like what the side where the divide was going to happen. Like you never go on a mission with Javier.
no.
No, you don't.
Maybe like a fishing.
Well, yeah, one or two.
I think he
Yeah,
teaches you how to
Simon.
fish.
Oh, I never followed up on the fishing.
So he teaches you how to fish, but I'm glad you liked it though.
I did. I you know, I still would rank it high up there.
Yeah.
I
Still
think.
the best game of all time? Is it better than one?
I don't know that, to be honest with you.
Let's circle back when you finish.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. It's like
To finish it or to
No,
decide?
just to
No,
to
I-
finish
it'd
the
be like
epilogues.
it's like comparing. I don't know. I
two different games in a series. Like I've never done that before.
I don't know. It's just they seem like.
What's the
it's-
best Grand Theft Auto game?
Vice City.
I don't know. I think I like 4.
It's not
Okay.
4. Holy shit.
Bingo. There you go. What's the best Red Dead Redemption game?
I don't know that.
Red Dead Revolver.
They could, to be honest with you, they could both be the same game.
Sure.
Just sort of.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm glad that you finished it, man. Well,
Yeah, I'm kind of
Finished.
happy. Yeah.
I'm very happy for you. I'm excited to see what happens next for you.
Fucking John is just farming. It's just like, all right,
That's pretty cool.
On the ranch.
give me a gun. I'm sure people. Sure, people with like hoods are gonna walk in and just start shooting people. I'm just
I'm
like-
really excited.
No, it's a.
It's
yeah,
good. It's
enjoy it.
good.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
you-
kind of liked it actually.
yeah, I thought the epilogue was really good. I thought it was really, really fun.
I just hope it doesn't drag on. Just like come
No,
on.
I never felt like the epilogue dragged on. I felt like everything that you were doing for a reason.
Yeah, there's a few good moments even in the epilogue that kind of solidify
Everything.
yeah.
Do we know how long is it? Not-
Between when it
from
says a few
5
years
hours?
later.
Yeah, from like 1899 and some years later.
no,
right?
we don't.
So you have 1911
No,
and you have 1899, and it's
No,
just
you don't.
I'm wondering if with the letter, does she tell you?
Oh, maybe the. You know what? Pay attention to
Yeah.
that. Pay attention to a lot of little details, and report back.
There's
to
a
us.
lot of cool moments in it. There's a lot of time.
because Jack was like,
older.
Yeah.
it's gonna be at least 5 years.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some DLC of the in between time, or maybe just a whole nother game.
No, they're focused on the online.
Sure. But you playing anything else?
I picked up Apex Legends, but I didn't.
You
Oh, you didn't play?
pop it
Oh
in.
shit!
Oh
I
my
didn't pop it in.
goodness. Well,
But I
what do you
have
mean
heard
pop
good
it in?
things.
Wait,
It's
you mean you
digital.
picked it up?
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was gonna say it was.
Yeah. So also, it is doubling right now. It's the most popular game on Twitch.
Dude, 10 million in 72 hours.
10 million players downloads in 72 hours, and it had over a million concurrent players playing. So yeah, this game is fucking killing it.
I thought Fortnite.
Have you played it?
I was going. I was gonna do it the first day. I heard good
It's good
things.
stuff.
I was waiting to talk to someone at work about see if he was gonna get it, and then because he's more
Anthony,
of a first person.
get it on PS4. I'll play with you. I get
Alright.
it on PS4. I also have it on my PC. Doesn't run as nice as it
With
does.
the new laptop, really?
Yeah, it's not as it runs 1080 fine. It doesn't run at 4K very smoothly. So
Oh, you were never gonna run 4K on that.
yeah. So it runs 1080 all right. It kind of dips sometimes underneath
Because you get
30.
4K for the TV.
So I'm like, yeah. So I'll just play it on PS4. I'll be fine. But yeah. So Apex Legends, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's a free to play battle royale from Respawn, the creators of Titanfall and Titanfall 2. And this game is first person hero based battle royale. So when you get the game, it's free to play. And there's 6 characters you can choose from. There is like a hunter and a tracker, like a hunter tracker, a medic, like a person that can traverse the land really well, a giant, like a tanky character, kind of like a tracer character, and a soldier character. So each character has their own unique abilities, but they're not like Overwatch where each one has like 2 or 3 different things. They're
The
all
setting for this kind of seemed different in and of itself. Like the kid at work was telling me, you can mark anything on the map.
Yeah, the ping system is huge. So I was actually speaking with Gary, friend of the show, about the ping system and how Battlefield 3 had that, right? Where you could mark where enemies are. You can be like, hey, an enemy's over here, or hey, enemies were over this way. In this game, you can ping. You don't need a microphone to really communicate with your team, which is great because you can just say like, so I don't know if anyone here has played Fortnite or any other sort of battle royale, but if you're running around looking for things to use, like you can find body armor, right? So if I pick up a white body armor and I'm playing with Brandon, and Brandon has picked up a blue body armor, and we're running around, we kill a few people, we find another treasure chest, and there's another blue body armor, he can ping that and say, hey, body armor level 2 is over here. And if he pings it, his character automatically says it so I can hear it, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go over there. Or like enemy, there's an enemy, I see him. Yep. And so like the character will literally say enemy spotted, and then it pops up with like 50 meters away or whatever.
Did you say you got this on PS4 and PC?
It's free to play, so I downloaded it for everything.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. But I was like,
It's not
going to
cross-
get? Is he not going to get an Xbox?
It's not cross-platform yet. They said that they are working on it. And I think this launch is just blowing me away because Titanfall 2 was one of those games that I didn't pick up. Anthony, did you pick up?
I did not play. Gary was actually the only one. But
Yeah.
someone had pointed out it'd be funny if Titanfall, with the robots, it's just fighting robots battle royale.
Yeah, that would be a funny mode that they put in the game. Yeah.
Because he was telling me that the developers also said they were putting more content towards Titanfall 2.
I don't know.
Still working on Titanfall 2. So
I feel like
that's something
Titanfall. They might be working on a Titanfall 3, but Titanfall 2 is
pretty
dead
much
in the
dead.
water.
Yeah.
I heard this was supposed to be.
Titanfall 3.
No, it's in the lore of Titanfall.
Oh.
But it's not. There's no Titans, and you play a squad. So there's no solos either. It's just squads of 3.
Okay.
So you can only do squads of 3, and each person on the team can't pick the same character. So like, for example, if I picked Gibraltar, which is this big Samoan guy that is like the tank and he has a shield, Brandon couldn't play as him.
you have
or
to learn.
Yeah, so you and it's never like who gets to who gets to him first. It's all right. This round, Anthony picks first, Brandon picks second, Brian picks third, and then the next
I kinda
round
like that,
they switch it
actually.
up. So
Is this sort of Overwatchy? In
Kind of.
terms
So
the characters.
So Gibraltar has his own thing. The person that I play her name is Lifeline. She's a combat medic. She has a like a healing drone that she can toss out, and if anyone is near it, it starts healing them. And then she has an ultimate ability, and like Gibraltar, who not Gibraltar. I can't think of her name, but she is the soldier character. She like tosses out
76?
smoke grenades. Yeah. So each person has their own thing. So I that adds another dynamic to the battle royale that I think nobody has yet, right? So I haven't played Blackout, so I'm not 100% sure if Blackout has it. But as of right now, you have PUBG, and then Fortnite stole that lunch with building and just being better.
Something innovative that wasn't
Yeah. And then Blackout came out and it was like, oh, this is the first person shooter, like
Battle
Royale. And I think PUBG is first person shooter as well, or it can be. But it's like the Call of Duty Blackout, Call of Duty Battle Royale. But now Apex Legends, which is free to play and much better from what I've been told, because I haven't played Blackout. But from what I've been told, everyone is saying Apex Legends is a much better battle royale. So I think it's mixing Overwatch, it's mixing Titanfall's traversal, which is amazing. So you can be running and then slide and then like run up a wall and like vault over things. So it's very, very fluid,
fast paced.
very fast paced.
I like the concept of battle royale. I just don't like how it's taking over everything. Right.
I can see what you're saying. Like, I don't like the fact that people feel like they need a battle royale
It never
to make
takes
their
over.
game
Like,
successful.
First person. We've been over. It's like first person stories never disappear.
Well, no, Dice just said like a couple days ago that because they put single player in Battlefield 5,
Correct.
they lost $3.6 billion. I don't
Billion?
know.
I don't.
You mean million?
No, they said billion.
I don't know about
Even
that.
so, I highly
Well,
doubt
if
it
they
was
probably
this-
meant million.
Anyways, so
But I when I saw that, I was like, what they're saying is we should have just did what
I think it's
Call
a,
of Duty did.
It's a cop out.
Well, yeah, because they're just like,
I mean, I think
and it's just like we didn't put a battle royale, and look what happened. It's just like,
Yeah, but the problem was the best battle. So like Call of Duty Blackout never took away from Fortnite because Fortnite made a better battle. That's kind of the thing. Where it's like if you have the first person or the single player aspect, there's something to fall back on when
Yeah.
you make it good. And I think Gary had said like Titanfall 2's story was actually
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's not like they didn't put time and effort into it. And it always helps you, I think, more in the long run anyway. I mean, I highly doubt that's the reason why Battlefield 5 didn't sell. I mean,
no, but like Blackout was fairly successful, and they didn't have a campaign whatsoever. So I just think more developers are going to see that and say, well, this was a good model, and just sort of keep popping them out. You know,
well,
Call of Duty's just rolling off its name. It's
I
just-
was speaking with Gary about this a little bit earlier, and we were talking about how Call of Duty Blackout is kind of getting its hands forced, and it might have to go free to play, because if it doesn't, if people are moving over to Apex Legends,
Yeah.
and it's like, all right, so everyone's playing Apex Legends, one, because it's better, and two, because it's free to play. Like, how can they combat that? How can they then go, all right, we sold a bunch of our copies. Maybe we just do the Battle Royale mode is free that you can play.
how do you make money off that though? Like
Loot boxes. So that's perfect. So
Yeah.
now I can get into loot box
Cosmetics,
systems
yeah.
for
Apex.
Apex Legends, which is a dumb name. It's a fucking dumb
It's
name.
the height of Legends.
I understand that, but people are just going to call it Apex. People are just going to be like, hey,
yeah,
let's
just
play
fine.
Apex,
Yeah.
which is fine. But so the loot box system is very similar to Overwatch or Lawbreakers or any game that has loot boxes, really, because you unlock skins and like sayings and things like that for the
break it down.
characters that you get. Yeah, very similar to Overwatch in a lot of ways, but there are 2 characters out right now that are locked that you have to unlock. And the only way that I've seen that you can unlock is
Play a lot of
play a lot, earn coins, and then you can
Not
unlock them.
a shark card, not a little
Yeah.
$50 here.
I don't know
Whichever
if you
you're happy
can.
with.
I don't know if you can buy those
straight out.
Yeah, I don't know if you can buy those coins straight out or you have to play enough to unlock it, or like loot boxes give you coins like it does in Overwatch. Because in Overwatch, you can't just buy currency, right? You can't just buy currency in Overwatch.
I don't remember. But
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
you
can't
have
buy-
to either buy the loot box
Yeah, you have to buy the loot boxes and then
or earn the currency from the game.
exactly. So I don't know if they're doing that same model or not. I haven't really looked into that because so far I feel like the differences in characters don't make a huge difference to me. And again, this is very casual. Me playing, I'm not huge into the game yet.
With
maybe
the
you need 2 other
I'm-
players to team up with you.
I'm sure
Maybe.
it's just one of those things when the team, like when people get a lot better, then the
Yeah,
characters
then it's like, all right, who are you,
You
gonna
have to
play
go,
as?
like-
Who are you gonna play as? All right, who complements what? But I have noticed that the best players are playing the Wraith character, which is very similar. She's like she can blink between different places,
teleport.
kind of like Tracer.
Dishonored.
Yeah, and Dishonored. So I feel like a lot of the like top kills are from her. But the game is fucking incredible, and it came out of nowhere. They stealth launched it. They were
Yeah,
like, "Hey,
actually,
it's out." What they did was they let influencers play it for just like 2 or 3 days, and the influencers like leaked it out and was like, "Hey, I'm playing the new Titanfall game. It's a and there was rumblings, and then they were just like, "Hey, it's out, free to
out now,
play.
yeah, here's it."
Go play it, have fun." And then everyone who's been playing it was like, "Yeah, this game's great. This game's really, really good." And I will tell you,
It's good.
it's fucking really
It's a
good.
model that works.
I'm bad. I'm really bad. But
Doesn't suck.
I have
I mean-
fun playing it.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, like how they just like slowly snuck it in there,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like a lot of bigger like AAA like been just hyped up and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
released, and it's just
Well, it's one of those things where it's the cool thing to do right now.
Free,
Right?
Yeah.
Well, like you gotta remember, free to play can pick up a lot. I mean, it's the reason why Fortnite. Like, there's a difference between going, "Hey, I want to charge you $60 or something," even if it's good, because you're still hesitant on picking it up.
I still attribute Rocket League's success was that it was free to play with PlayStation Plus for the first month,
Yeah.
and people
When
were
you
like,
realize it's
"Holy
good.
shit, this is amazing!" It
Yeah.
launched and it was free, and they were like, "Holy shit, this is great!" You bought the game, right? Why did you buy the game?
because it's awesome.
Because
But you knew it
people
would-
told you
yeah.
it was really good, right?
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where it's like word of mouth. In this game, I'm telling you, this game's amazing, and you're gonna go home and you've downloaded it because I told you it's good.
Yeah.
And you're gonna download
Probably,
it because I'm like, hey, let's play together. So this game is doing crazy good. It's doubling the numbers of Fortnite right now, which is it's the number 1 game on Twitch, and for fucking good reason. So if you guys that are listening have a PC, an Xbox One, or a PS4, go fucking
My
download
Switch
the
version
game.
to come out. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe, but just go download it and give it a shot. Worst case scenario,
It's free.
You
Yeah.
delete it and get your space.
The only thing that
back.
costs is space.
yeah, and you'll have a good time with it. But yeah, I think that the ping system's amazing. I think that the traversal is excellent. The only bad thing that I'll say about it is that I think that this game suffers the same thing that I said about Lawbreakers, was that Lawbreakers characters looked exactly the same from a distance, right? So like you've both played Overwatch.
Yeah.
When you're walking down a hall, or if you're running out, right, and you see a Roadhog, you know that's Roadhog. I know what Roadhog can do, right?
Plus, you hear that.
I'm going Roadhog.
I can
But-
see. Yeah, Lawbreakers suffered hugely from that.
Right? Because you couldn't tell which character you were fighting. This does the same thing because it's an open map, right? When you drop, unless you're very close or unless they've already shown their,
Their ability,
hand or
yeah.
they've shown their ability, you don't know which character you're fighting.
Yeah.
The only one that you can really distinctively tell that's different is Gibraltar, the
Just
big
a big-
tank with the shield. Everyone else looks exactly the same.
I like the name,
Gibraltar.
Watch Point Gibraltar.
like the Rock of Gibraltar, or the Straits.
If he, I mean,
Anyways.
he looks like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Yeah. Rock and the Dwayne Johnsons.
Yeah.
Dwayne and the Rock Johnsons.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
bad name.
Apex Legends, go check it out. Please, please go check it out. Hopefully, if this game does well and makes enough money off of the loot stuff, maybe they'll make a Titanfall 3.
That's true.
So
I
you
mean,
never know.
But at that point, though, if people are so fixated on Apex Legends, they're just going to focus on at least
don't-
making that even. Fuck
It's a
Titanfall
vicious
3, yeah.
cycle. I understand. I
Yes.
understand.
Well, maybe they finally put single player in Apex Legends
Maybe they might make a nice little
spinoff.
spinoff. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I've been playing that. I've been playing a bunch of other games as well. I've been playing.
Go on.
I've been playing. So I played the Anthem demo.
Oh
This
shit!
past weekend.
Oh,
Because I never picked it up.
wait, did it?
Because I was just
did
like,
it do two demos?
So there was the private beta, and
That's
then
what it
the public beta. So I didn't do the. It's not a demo. I should say that it's a public beta.
Well, all I know is that I was in GameStop and the guy goes, "Hey, you can get 4 codes for your friend if you pre-order Anthem." I was like, "I'm not gonna do that."
Not gonna happen. Sorry, bud. But yeah, Anthem. I going in, I was hyped. I was excited because I was like, oh, it's Iron Man. It's Iron Man mixed with Borderlands and
kept saying
Destiny.
that. I was just-
I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Like the moment you play God of War and you throw that axe and pull it back, you're like,
Yeah, but
I'm
you know
Thor.
you're not
This
getting
is it.
Iron Man from-
Oh no. Watching video, you definitely think you're getting Iron Man.
An Iron Man feel from the.
Yeah, and so I played the game. It feels very Destiny-like.
I like that. I mean, Destiny 1 or 2.
Just the kind of the model of the game, right?
The
It's like the
futuristic.
looting of and the grinding, and so at first I'll tell you, I had a really difficult time figuring out how to fly. So when you're in the main hub, it's first person,
No
right?
lawbreakers.
So you're like running around or you're walking around. They're like, oh, go do this, go do that. All right, now get in your javelin. And I spent like 20 minutes customizing my javelin to make it look fucking dope. So I was like, all right, cool. I got this like green, dark gray, kind of brassy
wanna ride in
Iron Man
style,
looking.
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, all right, cool. I got it. I'm good. I'm
Red and white.
good. And it puts you out onto the platform. Right, and you're like, now you're in your javelin, third person, and it's like, all right, now go. And so like I ran, and I was like, okay, cool. And I pressed X to jump, and then it said press X again, and I was like, all right, this is how you initiate flying. And he just jumped again, and then I fell 300 feet to the ground, and my character like
Died?
no, he did the Iron Man,
Oh, the pound.
the pound, and then I was like, oh, that's cool. And I sat on the ground just running around trying to figure out how to fly, and I just couldn't fucking figure it out. I like went through the menus and I couldn't
I'm sure they have
find
to
it.
give you something to fly.
I
How do
couldn't
you
find any
get
like
it?
tutorial stuff, and I had to Google how to do it.
What was it?
I think you had to like run, jump, and then click L3 maybe or something like that, which I would have never thought that was the initiation to.
Why can't you just go gadget and just
I don't know. But
Because it's
the
EA.
f-
They have to
It's because
overcomplicate.
at first when you're flying,
He's had problems with
feels
sprints
good.
before though.
like
Yeah,
a
I've had-
microtransaction to fly. Just-
when you're first
you want
flying,
this jetpack? $50,000.
it feels really fucking good because you feel like you're moving around, but your system overheats extraordinarily quickly, and you have to land before you can then fly again. So it's not like you can
Yeah,
just
I could-
fly and
forever.
fly and fly like Iron Man can. It's you're flying for
Which would
10 to 20 seconds.
which kind of makes sense. Iron Man flies forever, and you're like, this guy never refuels.
Well, maybe he does when he gets there, but like on your
Fuels in his
mission,
chest.
you're flying,
You
right?
don't run off energy from the heart.
Well, no, from
His-
his arc reactor
yeah.
in his chest.
Yeah,
That's
but the
what
cores run out.
Well, yeah, and then he replaces them. Anyways, doesn't matter. What I'm saying is in Anthem, you have to drop and recharge and then fly again. I would say if you're going to a checkpoint, you probably have to drop, charge, go, drop, charge, go 4 to 5 times before you get to the like where you need to go, which is annoying.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why don't you just let me fly to the place and then go? But the missions are very similar to like a Destiny thing where it's, all right, go here. All right, kill these enemies. All right, boom, 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 boom. All right, maybe there's like a
Take
weird
out
puzzle.
this hot boss.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, here's a boss, fight it.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
When you're in combat,
Mhm.
does it feel good? Does it feel like, oh, missile here, and this?
like
No,
fluid
I
jump
felt
around.
I felt very underpowered when I was playing. I felt like I had also a thing that I was just kind of hoping for was I was going to be able to fly by, shoot a heat-seeking missile like War Machine or Iron Man. I'm expecting these
Switch the
things to
weapons,
happen.
Kinda.
Yeah, and they're not. And so you kind of, if you're flying, if you're in combat and you're flying, if you decide to hover, right, and aim and shoot like you kind of have to in any third-person shooter. You can't just fly. You can't just be running by and accurately hitting people. So you're hovering, and then you're like, all right, I'm going to take out this guy. If you're hovering, you are a wide open target, right? So it doesn't make sense for you to be flying.
Yeah, I don't know.
It makes sense for you to land on the ground and hide behind rocks and take cover and then shoot.
Like, I didn't know if it was, like I said, so I did like the lot. So does your character, can you move your character while still like aiming up in the air?
If you're up in the air.
So remember, like I said, Lawbreaker said this would have had that anti-gravity thing. And I remember like it was too fast-paced for me. It's like you were shooting randomly and I wasn't hitting anything. And then like I obviously didn't know what was going on. But like for this game, I assume Anthem would make it so that you could still like dodge or have a movement.
When you're flying, when
Yeah.
you're moving forward, you can dodge. You can't shoot. I think you have to stop. You have to hover
Yeah, all right,
and then
yes.
aim and shoot.
Yeah.
I don't think you can fly and shoot. And
Like he continuously goes straight and you kind of just...
yeah, that's not how that works.
Got
Nope.
ya.
So I just felt like it just feels a little strange. It's a weird design choice to have the flying, but then when you're fighting enemies, you kind of have to be grounded. Because if you're up in the air, you're going to get taken out.
There's no cover. Yeah, you can't
Yeah, there's
see
no cover in the air. So
So is this
this is a hard pass now for Brian.
okay?
Hard pass.
No,
Oh,
do you
wow.
think it's the nail in the coffin for BioWare?
No, because I think from what I've heard and what I've seen, there is a legitimate first single player story where it's much better than Destiny story, much more fleshed out. You can talk to a lot of people in the town that you go to. The lore is actually apparently really rich, but I was really disappointed. I only got to play, to be fair, as the Ranger, which is the normal looking one, because then there's the Hulk busting tank one, and then there's a quick one called the Interceptor, which is kind of like a rogue character or a thief, and then there's the wizard character, which is called the Storm. And I
Very
wanted
similar
to
to
be,
Destiny.
I wanted to be, I was going to unlock the Storm, but I just ran out of time.
Yeah.
So I was really disappointed with
this beta.
with this. Well, I just guessed with Anthem. I had high hopes going in, and I'm just gonna pass on the game. I'm not gonna get it.
Was if it does well poorly and it goes like half price or something? No?
Still, it would
Really?
have to be. It would have to be like $15 for me to pick it up, and
Wow.
that's if the single player is good. Because I don't
Got
care
it.
about the grinding and getting better loot and shit. Like I don't care about that. But I was really
That's it,
disappointed. I wish I had better news for you guys, but I don't.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, you can say it. You were right. You were right on this one.
yeah.
You can.
I
It
actually
feels
don't
good,
know,
right?
I don't know how many people were actually.
Well, because with Andromeda, right? Like I was super stoked. I was just like, yes.
More Mass Effect, and
And then it's just it was like Mass Effect without a soul. Like it was just
Like EA
be-
took over.
to be fair, I want to.
yes.
I want to
Possessed them.
clarify. This game isn't bad.
No.
It is not what I want it to be. So the problem is me, not the game. So,
But the game
people-
does have some fatal flaws to it.
not fatal flaws.
I mean, it might be one of those things where you just rent it and try it for yourself.
yeah.
and
Oh,
that's-
you should definitely try it out for
This is
yourself
something
and
like
form
me,
an opinion. Absolutely, you should do that.
Like I said with him, like if it hit like $30 and I heard it was decent,
Yeah.
maybe. But
But like, I don't like Destiny's endgame stuff. I don't care for the grinding of loot and things like that. Like, that's not my game, right? And that is a lot of people's games. So they will really enjoy this game because they really enjoy those aspects of, Destiny. And this does it better, in my opinion. And it's, I think, more interesting to fly around as Iron Man. But there are some caveats. I wanted it to basically be an Iron Man sim, and it's not. So that's just my own issues. But any other hard-hitting questions on Anthem?
Do you think it's strong enough to propel them to essentially release Dragon Age?
Yeah, there's
That's
no
what they
way.
need. They
There's
need
no way.
something.
they'd
There's
release
no
that
way
anyway,
that.
though.
Yeah, BioWare is a big enough company where I think that with Mass Effect Andromeda flopping, I don't think Anthem will flop. I think Anthem is good. I think Anthem is good, and it doesn't have a whole bunch of bad press. It has right now it has a lot
Yeah.
of good press, but Apex Legends is kind of eating its lunch right now. But we'll see what happens when it launches on the 22nd.
Because a lot of people suggested that if this did not go very well, it could just be. I mean, maybe that was just the naysayers.
Yeah, I think that they'll be fine even if it does do poorly. But I have also been playing a few other games. I've been grinding away at Sea of Thieves. I'm really just all the way in. It's got its tentacles wrapped around me right now.
The Kraken.
The Kraken. But I won't really go too much into that except for the updates are a little interesting. They just updated the game so that way it almost halved its file size.
Yeah, they
which is
put
kinda
that to the cloud system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't. It's just now it's
yeah,
it used to be 50. Now it's like 26 gigs. So I'm like, all right, cool. Free up space on my Xbox.
I know it's free to play for.
Yeah. So Inside Xbox just had a live stream on their Mixer where they were talking about a bunch of different games, but Sea of Thieves it's not free to play. It's if I have it, I can bring my friends in to play it for like a week and a half to try it out.
Got ya.
So I have it with Games Pass, so I have it for free. So I'm really enjoying it. If you guys want to play with me, just let me know over on twitch.tv/dirtywatergames. Let me know. I'll play with you.
I thought he already did, didn't he?
Yeah, he's not the best, but that's okay.
He's learning.
But Anthony,
Yeah,
did you play more
I
of
did.
Kingdom Hearts?
I did.
Okay, perfect.
You finish it.
No.
No. All right.
never
So
know.
I've been playing a little bit more.
was
I
thinking
kind of slowed down.
Yeah.
I had a decent flow going, and then I kind of stopped. So right now, I'm like level 26-ish.
We're roughly about the same.
Okay, so I just finished Metropolis. Or
Monsters Inc.
yeah, Monsters Inc.
All right, so yeah, you're exactly where.
I just finished it.
I'm still in it. I'm at
Okay.
the end of, I think, Monsters Inc.
Okay, what are your thoughts on this game? Give it to me straight.
I think I had the same kind of thing you had where it wasn't. I don't know if it's what I expected, or what the future of Kingdom Hearts 3 looked like to me. I expected a little bit more, to be honest. And I know it's actually, I kind of read ahead. It's not as long as
Previous ones?
yeah.
Okay.
It's actually about half the time I think I said last week. I think it's about a 40-hour game.
Okay.
Not a lot of side stuff.
Nope.
So like the universe. So I got to like I was excited for Toy Story, and I was hoping you got this like they were gonna do something with that world, and it just they just didn't.
Nope.
It's that one like you said. It's a linear path. The boss fights they're pre-organized.
Lackluster
Yeah,
and-
it's it wasn't. I mean, it's in this cutscene. I think every 5 minutes.
It's so bad where it's almost like the game is cutscenes and then it like you have 5 minutes of gameplay and it's like cutscene
Correct.
and it's like 3 minutes of gameplay.
Because you can't
Cutscene.
go anywhere. Like it's like I said, it's linear, so you have to go forward. There's no way to like it's. You have that fight that they amped up. You get the cutscene for, and you do the fight, and the fight takes 5 minutes.
Yep.
And then you go to the next one, and it's another cutscene,
Yep.
and it just wasn't.
It just feels like a PS2 game. It doesn't look like one, but it just feels like one.
I think I said I think Disney had more to do with like, especially since like what was weird. So it plays you go to the Toy Story world, and it plays the Final Fantasy graphics on the TV to promote that new game. I'm like, holy shit, they changed the like I was like, oh, this is cool. This is Kingdom Hearts now.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, it's advertising for a fictitious Final Fantasy game in the world of Toy Story.
Yeah.
And he thinks you're a character from that game when you get there.
To be fair, you do kind of look like him.
They make you in the world that you go to.
Yeah.
So like you're a Mega Bloks type character. And he's like, oh, who are these people?
Yeah, which is actually pretty cool. So like they did this in previous ones. So like when you went to Halloween Town,
You dressed up, yeah.
you were in kind of like you matched Jack Skellington, right? Or if you went to Atlantis, or wherever the fuck Little Mermaid is,
You had a tail.
you ended up being a merman, and Donald was like a seahorse, and Goofy was a turtle or
I
whatever.
thought they did
It
that.
was.
They do.
They do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And in Toy Story,
You're a toy.
you're like
toy.
very much an action figure.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. But then some worlds you don't change, right? So like for the Tangled one, did you do Tangled?
The funny thing, Tangled to me was the best.
It's the best one. So far, it's,
Yeah, it's-
absolutely the best one.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is a lot better than the previous.
Yeah. Although what I will tell you I don't like is new worlds like that. Have you ever seen the movie Tangled?
No.
So that is the story of Tangled.
Just with you in the back. It's just you in the
They
background.
just like interject Sora and Donald and Goofy into it and alter it a little bit, but I hate that. I
figured that was, like I said, I figured that was Disney's like way of saying like, hey, don't mess with what we already have for.
Yeah, I can see that, but I really wanted something a little bit new. Like Monsters Inc., right, is similar to the storyline of Monsters Inc., but clearly it's in the future.
Yeah, because they're the head of the department.
They run, and it's no longer the scare floors. It's like the laughing floors and things like that. Yeah. So, but with like Frozen, I'm imagining is going to have the same thing that Tangled did, where it's just like you're playing through the storyline of the movie instead of like a side story. So like they
create their own.
It did it with Hercules too. Like the first one, it was just like, oh, okay, like.
Well, no, the first Kingdom Hearts created, it was a whole separate story.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, in this new one,
it just played the movie.
It's just you're just playing the movie, which I think is dumb.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, well, go on.
So you know all the worlds?
I did, yeah.
'Cause you read ahead. Do you know all the worlds?
I don't. I don't want to know them.
You don't want to know them, okay.
I'm hoping for.
I feel like
what?
One, they didn't put enough worlds in this, in terms of like because recent.
It's never like it could have done that way, but it's really what worlds. I mean, Disney's got so many.
They got a lot, yeah. But like, did they ever do Pocahontas?
No.
So there was a few missing. I think Lion King was never.
No, Lion King was in 2.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pride Lands was in 2. Yep.
So no Pocahontas. Mulan was.
Mulan, I think, was in this. No, Mulan was not in the second.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
No, it's not in there.
That's just weird, right? Because.
I mean, maybe because
those are those two biggest properties, right? And you have the Lion King, you have the Little Mermaid, you have Hercules,
you have Aladdin.
Aladdin,
yeah, it was dumb.
And those two are just sort of. And I'm
missing.
sure there's other ones.
There's also
missing.
a thing of like relevance because like these ones are the newest.
Yeah.
Like Toy Story 4 is coming out soon, and
Yeah.
you have this game to kind of promote that.
But like Hercules, that's not relevant at
Well,
all. Like,
Hercules is relevant in the Kingdom Hearts universe because there's like a Coliseum that you go to, and it's like the challenge.
Side, it's the funnest.
It's the big side mission that like you do a bunch of fights and challenges and stuff.
I can understand Frozen, but Tangled seemed like it just.
And
came
someone
out
had
of nowhere.
I think it's just a new.
Someone they've been in development for this game
since 2000. Well, they announced it in 2013.
So like
Tangled came out in like 2011. So
I think news broke early. Some guy found some things that weren't that they had previously in the game that they took out, which like obviously would make sense because they've been developing it for so long. There's probably worlds that they thought of doing that
got scrapped.
Yeah.
How fucking weird is it? Like the writing is so bad. And there's always that stagnant pause, right? Where it's
in a few it's a few moments where you're like this does it. It's like cheesy.
It just feels like voice acting from a PlayStation 2 era where it's just like they do the audio listeners. I'm sorry, but they kind of like turn their whole body to talk to somebody, and then it's like, Sora, you did this thing, then it's just like, no, I didn't. That's funny. Wow. And you're just like, why? Like, what the fuck is happening here? Like,
Doesn't that happen
what is
in
happening?
Doesn't that happen in a lot of JRPGs though?
No, that old ones. Yes. Old ones, yes.
But the
not,
animation might have been.
Yeah. That's the problem, right? Is that like the animation is stuck in the PS2 generation. And it's hard to say if like that's just a Kingdom Hearts game. You know what I mean? Like if that's just Kingdom Hearts' style.
Like they left, it's kind of like I kind of get that feeling that that's what they want. They left it, they played it safe and kept what people saw Kingdom Hearts was.
Yeah. Because you don't want to change a whole lot, but I was expecting it to evolve a little bit, and it hasn't, and especially the combat. Like how
the only combat was what the traversal, like I think the finishing moves were slightly different.
In the originals?
From the original.
Oh, well, in this new one, there's lots of layers of combat that you can do, but most people just smash the X button.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Don't lie to me. I know you do it. I do the same thing.
No, but I like this few, like, I think the aerial was more fluke. I remember one of my biggest problems with Kingdom Hearts was you jump because that's most
Yeah.
enemies are up in the air, and then you hit something, and then you try to do that again, and he'd drop to the ground, and you have to get back up. This one you just have to push your feet against something, and then he'll already be in the air.
Yeah, there's lots of different things in this where you can kind of wrap around poles or like you can swing on bars. They introduce like theme rides now, so
As a special,
as a special attack, so you can build it up. So they'll summon like Pirates of the Caribbean, and those swinging ship rides, like you get on one of those
with Donald and Goofy,
and you start attacking, or like
each world has.
Have you ever been to Disney World?
No, but
Wow.
So they're
tough.
actual rides from
it
Disney
seems a
World.
little ham-fisted.
That's rough. Yes, because I think Disney had this thing like you're promoting. Let's be honest, Disney's a huge fucking company.
Yeah,
Like
it
there's
is.
no way.
I know, but like,
Square Enix
why
has
not
any
just have
say.
like a, I don't know, like a popcorn, just like Disney popcorn, just throw
No,
it at like
that's, no, that's,
There's
like a teacup ride that you do.
that is
there is a summon. The teacup rides is
it's the Splash Mountain.
Yeah,
what was
you've got
the-
like a Splash Mountain-y type of thing. You have a carousel one. You have the Pirates one.
And then if you go to, like I said, Toy Story has their own where you get on the rocket with Woody and Buzz and you fly. Like
Just creatively, it just sucks.
It doesn't.
Right?
Creatively, it doesn't. It's like, why the fuck would you put it in the game?
What were the other summons in the original ones? Though?
Well, in the original ones, they didn't have that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
They
no.
had summons where you could actually summon different characters.
you Godclaw, I think. Like, didn't someone come.
you could summon other people. In this one, you can still do that.
okay.
Those are still there. It's just it's on top of that. There's so many, like, it's very complex
Yeah.
and shit is bonkers. Don't get me wrong, it's fucking ridiculous. It's crazy. But it can be as simple as jump, smash X a bunch, heal, smash X a bunch, heal, finish the boss.
Yeah.
Like that's what most of my fights are. But sometimes like it, and I think what they added to this one also, and I actually really like this, is that you can switch between 3 keyblades on the fly. So you can
get the
have
special,
3 equipped. So each one has its own like special finisher type of thing. And the one that I'm rolling with right now is the Toy Story one. It's
Sheriff.
called the Sheriff one.
Yeah.
And what happens is when you get that special, it turns into this gigantic warhammer. And it just
Smashes the
smashes.
shit
It
out of
takes
you.
it takes a lot of people in. It's crowd control, and it's very strong. So I've been using that a lot. But if I decide, you know what, I kind of want to switch it up and turn over to the magic keyblade and start using a lot of magic, on the fly I can be like XXX, do a ton of damage. But then if I see enemies further away or in a crowd and I want to do damage with magic, switch over to my magic keyblade and use that special.
Quick question for you though, both of you.
Sure.
The keyblades,
Yeah.
right? Like we described the sheriff one, the hammer. Has that anything to do with Toy Story?
Yeah, it's a Woody. It's literally
So
him at the end
the
of the keyblade.
the handle for the I think it's called "You Got a Friend in Me" or something, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's something like
It's
that.
got it's designed to look like Buzz Lightyear's kind of box that he
Okay.
comes in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of designed like that, and then at the bottom of the keyblade, it's kind of like rockety looking, and then it transforms into a cactus kind of pattern.
Okay.
And then the key part of it is Woody's sheriff badge, and it also has like his cow plaid.
They're actually, like the tangled one looks cool because it's Rapunzel's hair wrapped around the keyblade, and it's the tower for
Yeah.
the thing, and then the end of it's
All
like,
right.
So
you know.
each keyblade does look great, but I wish that you can also upgrade each keyblade, which I like. We couldn't do that prior in the old ones. Like this is its attack, and this is how strong it can be.
Yeah.
In this one, at least I don't remember you can upgrade it.
no.
But in this one, you can like upgrade the normal keyblade, the one that you're thinking of in your head, right?
The Mickey
You
Mouse
can-
one.
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse one that has, but you can just upgrade its strength and magic by collecting items throughout the world and synthesizing it and just slowly upgrading it. So you can, let's say, for example, you like a certain like special ability and aesthetic of a keyblade, you could technically upgrade that one to be more powerful. Just because its base stats are lower, it doesn't mean it can't be.
Well, it made it so that you can use any key. Like Kingdom Hearts, the game where technically you could rock that keyblade the whole game and still
be
win.
fine.
Yeah, still be all right. Now it's just made it so like you don't have to really choose. Like at the end game, you have this really OP like Keyblade. You can kind of keep up with each world you go to. Kind of gives you the level of like you can upgrade it.
Yeah, I do kind of wish that you got the Keyblade of the world that you're in at the beginning. Because I understand why they give it to you, because you beat the boss, you get the Keyblade, but
You need it for the world.
Because it fits that world. So like,
It would be interesting if Woody goes, I found like Buzz, like I found this in outer space, and he hands you the Keyblade or something. It's like, you know what this is?
Well, I mean, the reason why you got the Keyblades in the first game was because you would close the door to that world, and then it was like, okay, now my Keyblade is augmented, so it can look like that.
Yeah. Do you guys feel immersed? Because I remember playing the two original ones, and the reason I enjoyed them was not the weird stuff, like all the Sora stuff and whatever. It was going to the worlds and feeling immersed in those worlds, like it was actually part of the thing.
It still does Disney really well.
Okay.
It still does like being.
But like I said, it's the safe Disney. It's like it's what I knew from Kingdom. It was nothing new though. But like I already like we were explaining last week, like I expected it to take the open world aspects of like what RPGs have kind of done, and each world got that treatment.
It's still very linear.
Like I'd love to just roam around in Toy Stories and just like like a side boss is Emperor Zurg. Like you go to that.
That would be cool.
You go to a Toy Story. And you fight Emperor Zurg. Although Toy Story is pretty good. That's number 2 for me so far.
Yeah. Well, Olympus was terrible.
Olympus was bad, and so was
Monsters Inc. Hasn't been.
Monsters Inc. I don't think is good.
Yeah, I've never been big on.
I think they also just have a bunch of like random little things in the game, like
The ship flying and stuff like that.
Like each world, like you can find the Mickey Mouse ears,
Oh, the photo,
the hidden symbols, or I think you can find some ingredients around here.
Yeah, all the Ratatouille.
Yeah, or like even the little mini games on the phone, which I think is kind of cool.
That was cool.
So like you remember those old Tiger games that it was like
Tigger.
It's black and white.
Yeah. Well, no, not Tigger. I think it was just called Tiger. And it was black and white, and you had a D-pad or one button on one side, and they were all handheld. You had to buy a new one. So there would be like a Mortal Kombat one, and then like a cheap, like, Street Fighter one or whatever. And so they have these type of games, like very similar to like a Game & Watch on the phone in game. So
well, because they give you that gummy phone, and it's just like, I'll pick it up. It's like, oh, you can play games on your phone. And then like in the world, you can find a new game.
Yeah,
it's very meta game in a game.
Yeah, and it's actually those are kind of fun.
Yeah,
they're a fun little throwback, really.
Better than some of the worlds.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm really, I'd say, disappointed overall. I was really hoping for a lot more, and it's still that zany, wacky ridiculousness of the story. So now there's Heartless and Nobodies and the Revives.
Yeah, I kind of got more of the story a little bit now. But
yeah, well, every other fucking sentence, it's like,
I've been skipping cutscenes.
oh, well, you're never gonna understand it then. But like,
no, I got all I heard.
Because you read it.
I got to the point where I understood what I remembered from 2, and then what they were trying to achieve this time. Because I only need one piece of key.
What are they doing in this game?
They need to have complements to the Dark World. So they need light vessels.
Sora needs to be able to awaken himself.
Correct.
If he goes into the Dark World.
That has nothing to do with any of that shit.
Yeah. Yep. The story is fucking bonkers and ridiculous.
Because the Heartless are the bad guys. Right?
So there's
the Heartless are like the
monsters.
No, they have no hearts.
Yeah.
And that was the whole Disney thing. It's just like Disney has lots of heart, whatever.
That if you work at Disney, you're heartless.
So
is that what that
you're
is?
gonna try to make sense of it. Let me just tell you, there is Nobodies, there's Heartless, Nobodies, and then I think they're called Revives or Relives or something like that. There's a bunch of different ones of Heartless. But then there's the big bad guys.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy guys
are the Organization 13.
Yeah, they were in the
Black Cloaks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're trying to bring darkness to the world.
They're trying to find vessels.
So they kidnapped. So like I remember they kidnapped Riku was the first one, the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. He had failed. Sora got kidnapped in the second one. Yeah. That had failed. So now they're cloning other people to then make these people vessels and then take other hearts and put them into them.
Yeah.
And after that, once I got that, I've been skipping cutscenes ever since. I'm like, yeah, I get the story.
So what is their? I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, but what is their overall goal here?
Don't know.
Okay, that's
To
good.
conquer
That's always
the-
good for
to
a villain.
conquer the world.
It's
I
just-
don't know.
Is there one where Sora's like, so what do you guys want to do? Like, I know we're doing all this stuff with
Same
keys
thing
and
we
stuff.
do every night,
Right.
Trinky. Try to take over the world.
That's
They're trying to open Kingdom Hearts, I think. I don't know. I'm just having fun smashing X. I'm still having fun playing the game. I'm just disappointed. I wish there was more. I wish I enjoyed it
yeah,
more.
correct. I expected the evolution of Kingdom Hearts. It's
Mm-hmm.
still a solid game. Don't get me wrong. It's just like I said, like I was hyped. Like this has been in the making for so long. I want to see what changes they made, and it wasn't that drastic of changes. You all right?
Brandon's face.
Well, no, I always thought you would like this game. And I can tell why Brian doesn't like this game.
No, but he was huge. Like
I
like
was
other
real big on.
Yeah,
I was real big on Kingdom Hearts.
like I love JRPGs.
So it just seems like you're able to conform to this sort of style of the game more than Brian is.
JRPGs, correct.
And whatever
But you gotta
Kingdom
remember,
Hearts is. though.
He didn't like, so like this got
Yeah.
him sold onto like that JRPG movement. And then, like I said, there hasn't been another game like Kingdom Hearts. Don't get me wrong.
No.
It's unique in its own aspect.
Yeah, there's never been another game that I would say is very similar to Kingdom Hearts, like combat wise.
Yeah, and it definitely holds that position. Like I said, it's why you pick it up. It's
Maybe
like, oh, I want
Star
more.
Ocean a little.
No, actually, because like Tales of Vesper, like a lot of games kind of cover
Yeah,
that.
you're right. You're right.
But I would argue that it was the Final Fantasy part that drew you in and the Disney part that drew you in.
Correct.
Yeah.
Actually, the reason why I was drawn in, well, I was a big Final Fantasy VII kid,
Yeah.
so it was the mixture of
Sleeping.
the mixture of Final Fantasy and Disney.
Yeah.
So that was just like I love Final Fantasy, I love Disney. And
put
those
it-
two made a
It's
baby.
a weird baby, but it
It
works.
worked out.
It's so weird. It's so weird. I have no idea what the hell's going on half the time, and I'm really fucking trying to pay attention to like
Yeah.
every little cutscene. It doesn't happen.
Maybe Sora's is not good at explaining things.
No, it's nothing to do
The
with it.
thing, thank you, because I wanted to say this, but like Mickey or whomever is talking in a cutscene, and they're trying to catch people up.
Mm-hmm.
They take a whole game, right? They're like, "Oh, yeah, Sora, don't you remember when you were in insert game here, Chain of Memories?" Right? And it's just like, "Yeah, you did all of these things," and they take like a 40-hour campaign and they cut it down to about 2 minutes of Mickey just explaining the story. So I already know what the fuck happened in that game, so you don't have to re-explain
Everything.
everything.
You know what they need? They need Tom Hanks animated as Walt Disney, just narrating for you.
Well, you have Jiminy Cricket and he keeps a notebook. You can just
Jiminy
read.
Cricket?
No, it's a memory
but
archive.
who wants
you can
to
go,
read that
You
shit?
can go back.
You
and
can go
replay.
read.
In the title screen before you even play the game, you can go back and relive the whole.
Yeah.
previous-
I gotta be honest with you. I hate picking up something and reading it inside the game. Just pay someone to read it to me.
That's
a lot of money, though.
That's the best thing about like BioShock Infinite is
Yeah.
when you pick up an audio log, you're just like, all right, that's in my ear, and I'm gonna.
I can do stuff.
Yeah, I can keep moving. There's nothing worse than like picking up a piece of paper and then it's like you're staring at the paper and it's somebody narrating it. It's like, just let me fucking move.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
let me move.
That happens in Red Dead, but I just couldn't just read it. Just like, just read it. Just like,
Skip.
I'm playing a video game. If I want to do that, I just read a book. Fuck.
the Red Dead book.
But yeah, Kingdom Hearts, man.
Yeah, like I said, I'll still beat it. I do know the rest of the world, so I'm looking forward to a few.
Yeah. Do you think I'll? So I know that San Fran Tokyo is in it,
Yeah,
which
wasn't
is
looking
big,
forward to it. Yeah, fuck that
big
one.
Hero 6. I know that and Frozen are the only two ones that I know of.
They give you hints on one of the other ones that you actually named earlier today.
Okay, so is there more than
Yeah, no, he
is
said
there
it.
more than 3 worlds for me? Because right now I haven't been to San Francisco, I haven't been to Frozen, and I haven't been to whatever that third one is. Do you know if there's more?
Yeah,
Okay, great. That's it.
I can give you that.
That's it.
You'll like. Yeah, he actually, which is funny because you named the other one.
Okay,
So
cool.
Yeah, I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. spoil
Very
it for
nice.
him.
Very nice. All right. Well, I mean, have you been playing anything else, or you just?
That was it.
All right. I think that's all I got.
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
Do you want to end this here, or do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Metro Exodus making a mass exodus from the Steam store. You guys hear about this?
I did
This
hear
was
about
last.
it. Yeah,
This
yeah,
was
yeah.
last week though.
Did we
wasn't
talk about it
Yeah,
last
it
week?
was old
We did.
news.
It was
Fake
Epic
news.
Games exclusive, and then
Yeah. All right, cool. Because I'm trying to think of anything big that really happened this week. And I feel like that and the Apex Legends stuff were like the really big things.
Yeah, I can't think of any news.
actually, just to mention, what was true with the leaked dates for some of those Switch games.
Oh, yeah, the Switch games, right?
Super excited for that.
So they had, they said Daemon X Machina would be May.
24th.
And then,
July was Luigi's Mansion.
yep. And they also, Animal Crossing was
September.
September.
Yeah.
I feel like Animal Crossing being in September was great.
Holiday
I
sales.
would rather it be in the summer, though.
I would like Luigi and Animal Crossing Switch.
Yeah, I would like Luigi's Mansion to kind of fit right into that October, and then Pokemon in November, right? That would be because
Yeah.
they said that Gen 8 is in
this year.
2019. So you get so Yoshi at the end of March, Daemon Machina
in May.
in May, and then you have I would love Animal Crossing in the summer. I feel like that would be a great time for that to drop.
Yeah, I
Because
would actually.
you know what I mean? Like it's a daily thing. You pop in, you turn on your Switch, you pop it in for 20 minutes, you turn it off when
Their
you get
lull
off of
has
the
always been
train.
the summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Can anybody explain to me what Daemon Machina is?
It's a mech fighter game.
It's a.
Okay.
Are you asking me what Daemon X Machina like means,
No.
or like
what is
it-
it? Is
think
it
of
like everybody
Gun-
loves Damon?
It's
no,
Gundam.
Yeah,
It is.
think
actually.
about Gundam.
Well,
Gundam.
Okay.
Titanfall,
with- yeah.
I got
So
I got it.
all right.
Now that you mention it,
looks super dope.
I think yeah.
Not for Brian.
Robots.
Not for me
People
at
love
all.
robots. They're really going with their big guns, huh?
What do you mean?
Like Luigi, Animal Crossing,
This year?
Pokemon. I mean, last year was pretty big for them too. But like,
Well, I think the first year is the biggest one. So you get
Yeah.
Zelda and Mario in 2017. Last year, what did what
Mario Tennis.
Super
tennis,
Smash.
Smash.
uh,
Thank you.
They had a kart game.
That
No,
came out the first.
That came out the first year. I think that 2019 will be a bigger year than 2018
Bayonetta
for
3
them.
also comes out.
That's also true.
Metro Prime 4. Oh, we know what happens.
Oh, yeah. But all right, cool. I think that's going to be it, and I think we're going to wrap up this episode of the Dirty Water Gamescast, episode 3 for the week of February 11th, 2019. If you guys like what you hear and like what you see, please consider going over to patreon.com/dirtywatergames and support us at the $1, $5, or $10 tier. Or if you can't throw us any dollars, not a problem whatsoever. Go over to youtube.com/dirtywatergames. Subscribe to us there. That's for free. Also subscribe to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/dirtywatergames, or go to any sort of social media and search Dirty Water Games. You'll find us. Support us there. Tweet us. Ask us questions. Retweet us.
Play
Or
games with us.
play games with us on Twitch. I'm absolutely down to play pretty much anything. And if it sucks, I'll tell you. But that would be twitch.tv/dirtywatergames. Absolutely, let us know. We'll play with you for sure. Gary and I are always on Sea of Thieves. Or if you want to play Apex Legends, do that as well. But if you want to know what we're up to during the week, Twitter is definitely the best place to do that. For myself, I am at It's a Me BT. Anthony, you are
At Margin_Erebus.
Brandon
Becox1776.
and Steve back there.
At Steven_Sal.
And I think that's going to be it. We'll catch you guys next week on the Dirty Water Gamescast.